All right, welcome back to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalana joining me. I'm Jenna Cottrell. Before we get started, please be sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. But let's talk about it, Mike. The NFL trade deadline. The Bills making a move as they bring in Nyheim Hines, a trade with the Colts. They traded away Zach Moss to make the move, as well as a conditional 6th-round pick in next year's draft. What do you make of the moves the Bills made today?
All right, let's start with this. We're doing this video after they traded for what is a backup running back. And the reason I say that is, some places will call it an emergency podcast. I don't know if it's quite at that level. But, Jenna, anything the Bills do now is all about this season right now and trying to win the Super Bowl. And I like the move. Now, I tweeted out earlier today that everybody was looking for running backs and wide receivers. And I thought they might be looking for offensive line and safety help. They didn't do anything as far as a veteran safety is concerned. We won't know till later in the week if where Jordan Poyer is, what the deal is. Look, if Poyer was out for a while and they thought it was going to be bad, I think maybe they'd be looking to try to make a deal to bring a safety in. They did not do that. So to me, it's encouraging that way. And then when I look at it, I say, all right, if you're going to go out and get somebody who really adds to this team. I really like the player. I just do. And they gave up, we'll talk about that. They've given up Zach Moss and a pick, but I like what he does. I think he's different, and he's been around the league. We've seen him against the Bills. Wow, you're really excited about that. We've seen him against the Bills. He's a pass catcher, and he's quick, and he can return punts. I like the player. I like the move. I like what they did.
Yeah, I agree. I was excited to see the addition just because, and we'll get into it, other teams making moves. And I thought to myself, like, the Bills are in their window right now.
Yep.
But they need to do something because other teams are getting better. And look, I think Nyheim Hines is a nice player, obviously. I think he's versatile. Like you said, he's quick. He can be a pass catcher. He can be a great running back. He can be a returner when you need him to be. He's got that experience. He's had results. But I wanted to see them kind of, put their chips in a little bit. This isn't like signing Von Miller in the offseason, but at the same point, I liked the move. We saw other teams, get better, and it was nice to see the Bills do that as well. I didn't think it cost them a lot either.
No.
I mean, Zach Moss in a 6th-round pick, like, the price was right. The Bills PR just tweeted out, though, they acquired safety Dean Marlowe from the Falcons in a 2023 7th-round pick. So it looks like Dean Marlowe will be coming back.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Now, as I just started out saying that about Poyer, that tells me something, at least a little bit. We don't know how long Poyer's going to be out. Dean Marlowe knows his defense. He's been around. I think he started for the Falcons this past week. So there you go, bringing in a veteran who can play, knows the defense. While I think that's a smart move, I'll go back to what I said in the beginning. Them bringing in a safety maybe tells you a little bit, or maybe it's just the overall concern with young players back there. I don't know, Jenna, but you got to make the moves. This is the time to do it on a guy under another deal. Maybe there's still moves to be made with free agents.
Yeah.
OBJ, if you really are interested when he's ready. But, Bean is filling holes. And you said it about the trade. Like, really what they did there is they took Zach Moss out and put Hines in. That's what they did. And look, Zach Moss, nice guy, decent football player. It wasn't working. We knew it wasn't working. I mean, they didn't just sit him out because they were going to trade him. They sat him out because he really wasn't part of the offense. So that part of it is fine. Dean Marlowe knows this defense, knows those guys, and it might tell you that they'll need him to play.
I was going to say, that seems a bit troubling for what that means for Poyer's status going forward. Again, they just announced this, so this is just the instant kind of reaction to that. But you talked about it. He's a guy that knows the defense. I mean, all the players really like him in Buffalo, him coming back. I think, like you said, he adds that bit of experience to a very young secondary. We know Trey White will also be back, though, as well. The Bills also announcing that they've reinstated corner Xavier Rhodes to the practice squad. So a lot of moves being made right now. But I don't love.
Yeah, a lot of moves. Isaiah Hodgins released. Brandon Bryant released. Jordan Miller, cornerback, released. So, it doesn't mean some of those guys won't come back. But veteran corner, yeah, well, that's a lot. And we knew this was going to happen because Sean McDermott had said that Tre'Davious White was going to be activated. So that's a major move that we knew was coming, they said, by Wednesday. So they do it today. But they're loading up as best they can. And also trying to provide themselves flexibility. And also, when you look at that, you're saying to yourself, veteran safety, the veteran corner, Trey, veteran cornerback in Xavier Rhodes, right? That's what they're doing. Hines, in place of James Cook, really, I think, in that role. Doesn't mean Cook can't have a role, but who are you going to trust more? I think they're going to trust the veteran more in those circumstances.
It gives you the ability to continue to bring James Cook along, but it doesn't put all the pressure on needing to rely on him. It makes sense. I mean, rookies develop at different paces. I feel like James Cook has done more in these last couple of weeks to earn the trust of the coaches, but he is still a rookie, and we've seen him make some of those mistakes or blunders at points. So, yeah, I mean, this all makes sense. And again, I like the move because it didn't cost a lot. The Bills are adding another weapon for this offense. And you see what other teams around the league are doing. I mean, Chubb going to the Dolphins when they did the trade like that.
Yeah, that's a move.
That's a move.
That's a move. He's a good player. He's a pass rusher. And look what they recognize. You're going against Josh Allen twice a year, one more time this year, maybe in the playoffs. You could be matched up against Kansas City in the playoffs. You got to have somebody chasing down Josh Allen or chasing down Patrick Mahomes. Yeah. That's why the Bills have always done that. That's what they looked for. And that's why they went to get Von Miller for Mahomes. So, yeah, look, Miami, if you look at Miami's draft situation between throwing away number ones, getting them taken away from them, trading them, acquiring them, like they're all over the map. They're a version of the Rams, I would say, a little bit, but this was the deal. I think this was the one they had gotten in the San Francisco deal for Trey Lance. So if you look at what they've done, honestly, Miami's a team like the Bills in the past you could make fun of a little bit, dumb moves. I kind of think their moves by Greer, the GM, have been pretty solid, and that's a talented roster they have.
I agree. That's what scares me. I mean, the Bills are obviously facing the Jets this upcoming weekend, but like Miami, they have to play again. Obviously, they had that loss earlier on in the season, and now they're adding another playmaker on the defense. So that's just something to watch out for. Oh,
it is. I still like the Bills against the Dolphins. Josh Allen against Miami. But look, if you're Miami, go in, and Tua's playing well. And they've got the wide receivers, and it's a bit of an arms race. It's like, okay, who do we have here? It really is, right?
No, that is, and it's perfect way to put it.
And it's like, let's say when guys are available, like look at Denver. Denver goes and gets Russell Wilson, gives up all that. Now they got to give up. They get picks. It's why they're doing it. I think they realized the Russell Wilson move was not a good one. It could be better. You never know.
Certainly realize that.
Yeah. But you trade a guy like that who maybe they didn't want to pay him. I don't know. But if you're Miami, you take advantage of that right now. Now, Miami's going to probably end up paying him. I haven't seen if they've done anything, but when his deal is up. So they make that trade. You give up a number one. You're going to end up paying the guy. So that's the guy the Bills are going to be looking at for a little while.
Yeah, no, plenty of moves. I think Adam Schefter tweeting out there's been a record 10 deals made today in terms of like blockbuster stuff.
The trade deadline used to be a total dud. It was a dud. And
Can
now,
I tell you? I was working out. I was like 3:30, and I'm like, the Bills haven't done anything. I'm just gonna get into a quick workout. I finished at 4:01. And I'm like, okay. And then I look down. I'm like, oh, shit. I was like, oh, my God.
So a half hour today, huh?
Okay. Back in. It was hard.
Yeah, it is.
Apparently, I look like I was in pain.
Next time, just text Brandon Bean and say, listen, trying to get a workout in. Are you going to do anything?
Yeah.
And see what he says.
I should have known. I feel like last year not last year, but
yeah.
I feel like usually the moves don't get released until until
yeah,
later.
like quarter after. By the way, in case anybody wants to know, this lovely setup behind me is in Rochester, the 13 Wham TV
Studios.
This is an office.
Yeah, I shouldn't say it's studios, but
this is the telephone room. This is the room. It is. So people can come in here and talk on the phone, I guess. Well, I have taken over now. It is the Buffalo Plus emergency podcast room for today because I got to go back and do the newscast. But yeah. I mean, look, again, I said safety and O-line. Mm-hmm. They got a safety, a guy they know, and they got a running back who is an improvement over what they had. Hey, look at this. Zach Moss wasn't playing.
Yeah, he wasn't.
So, and anybody you put on that offense, as long as 17 is the quarterback, that guy's going to be better than where he was before.
I put on the Forrest Gump gif of him running Nyheim Hines on his way to Buffalo because obviously the Colts having their struggles this season. But yeah, like you said,
this season
he's going to. I know there's plenty of there's only one football, but he will improve because everything around him has improved.
That's not. Yes, it is. But look, when I look at a guy like this, I say to myself, maybe think of Isaiah McKenzie. Maybe there's like 5 plays that go to McKenzie. One of them is really good. Do you know what I mean? Like you're looking for that. You're looking for the big play. And I love me some wheel routes. You know those wheel routes where the running back comes out of the backfield, heads down the field, and the pass goes over the top. It's almost like it's a wide receiver catch, but it comes from a running back. Think Darren Sproles. That guy with the Saints and the Eagles made a living out of it. And you'd think, oh, he's a smaller guy. Hines can catch the ball. So I'm pointing at you. Hines can catch the ball. I love the wheel route, and Josh Allen can throw the wheel route. He just hasn't anybody throw it. He really hasn't. That's not really what they do. I think that's going to be part of the offense. So when it happens, I'm just going to tweet out in big letters, wheel route. Love the wheel route. So let's go. And it's not an easy name to say. Nyheim Hines. It's like you want to put the M in one spot and then whatever. Nyheim Hines with an N. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's not Khalil Shakur or however you were saying it.
We got yes.
However you were saying it.
You just have to say it. Oh, hold on. You're saying I don't say it right? That's the way he wants his name pronounced.
I know.
Khalil
someone who constantly
Shakur.
Gets their names mispronounced.
You and me both. Catalina and Cottrell.
That's because they're not correctly reading. Mine, they just don't know how to say.
That's true.
Which is okay.
All right, so we're going to take a break now. You can go back to the second part of your workout.
I think that ship is sailed.
It's dinner.
Dinner now.
All right. Hey, and on the site, in case people haven't seen, I just posted with Dan Leberfeld, covers the Jets. Dan is honest about the Jets. He's telling me all about what's going on with coaching, with Zach Wilson, what the Bills are going to see, how their talent level has gone up, Sauce Gardner, all that stuff. Yeah. Dan knows his stuff with the Jets, so it's worth listening to.
Absolutely. All right, thank you for joining us here on Buffalo Plus. Please be sure to comment your thoughts on this trade.
Yep.
And what your take is on it. And as always, subscribe. For Mike, I'm Jenna. We'll catch you next time here on Buffalo Plus.